Good morning, Angela Yee.
Good morning, DJ.
Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. It's Tuesday.
Yes, it's Tuesday. Back to the work week. This should be it is a short work week. We have Monday off for President's Day. How was your guys' weekend? I know you were out of the country.
Yeah, I was out the country, dropping the cruise bombs for the beautiful country of Angola. You know, they had bounced back pretty well from the hurricane. Mm-hmm. That's my happy place.
One of my peoples hit me like, "Hey, your partner's over here in Anguilla."
Oh, I did see her. Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
Salute to Michelle. Michelle got me a private chef on Sunday. You know I love free 99. Okay, so I don't know what made her do that, but thank you, Michelle, for that. I enjoyed those oxtails. And they were the good kind of oxtails too. They didn't just come out the next day. They might come out today, but they didn't come out today. They come out on Monday.
Well, shout out to my girl Michelle.
My goodness.
I know y'all saw Black Panther by now.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, just making sure.
Sure did.
Might have to revoke Black Card if you didn't get to see Black Panther the first weekend.
Some people
it was
still sold out crazy.
You can figure it out. Okay, you can figure it out.
Even like I seen it out in LA when I was in LA for All Star and that whole week, and everywhere that was a black community was sold out. I couldn't see it, so I had to drive all the way to the white side of town. And that's when I was able to see it.
Don't act like white people not watching Black Panther now.
I got seats there.
Listen, I predicted a while ago that Black Panther was going to do over $1 billion. And people was like, over $1 billion? I'm like, yeah, because you got all of these Marvel fans like myself, and then you got casual black people that was going to go see the movie as well, which is going to create this perfect storm that caused it to be the 4th or 5th largest opening ever for a movie.
And I'm mad you didn't tell people to wait to the end. That's what you should have told people.
Well, that's what happens when you're a Marvel rookie. When you're a Marvel rookie, you don't realize that it's post-credit scenes. It's sad. That's been going on since 2008. So
I didn't know that. Now we're a Marvel fanatic.
And we tweeted out, "You have to wait till the end."
Because I was getting up. People were getting up and leaving. He was like, "Where you going? There's more." I'm like, "No, the credits is going."
That's literally
Let's get to the car fast.
That's
he was
literally
like,
every
"No,
Marvel
there's
movie.
more." Then we watched that, and I said, "All right, well, let's go next." I said, "No, there's more after that." I was like, "Come on."
That's literally every Marvel movie since 2000.
I'm not a Marvel fan.
You had no idea. Well, I don't want to reveal who that was, but they had
to explain it to me.
Okay.
They had to explain it to me. It was a long time. I
don't want to ruin the post-credit scene for you.
You're right. Just stay to the end if you haven't seen it, or if you're going back
to see it. You ain't gonna know what's going on.
Yeah, true, because I didn't know. He had to explain it. And
all right, guys.
He's gonna be like, who's this colonizer? Who's this one-armed colonizer?
Oh, my goodness.
Today's day 6 of my detox.
How's it going?
It's fine.
How you smelling?
I think I smell fine. I hope. I don't know. I can't really tell, but I haven't had any solid food in 6 days.
Okay.
So it's the 6th day of that detox. I do feel like very weak.
Okay.
And a little lightheaded and all of that. But all in all, it's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Okay. All right, well, let's get the show cracking. Shout out to everybody that came out to my live show yesterday. We did the podcast at the Highline Ballroom. Sold out. It was dope. People were lined up since like 3:30, 4 o'clock. We had an amazing time. So shout out to everybody that came out and supported. A lot of people couldn't get in, so we're doing another show on the 15th, and I look forward to seeing you guys again. Yeah, April 15th. So let's get front page news. What we're talking about?
We are going to talk about these anti-gun rallies and tell you what students have to say about all these school shootings, what should happen.
Okay, we'll get into all that when we come back, and Gunplay will be joining us this morning, all right?
Wow.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Terrible segment. Jesus Christ. Y'all didn't think that?
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now, the All-Star game over the weekend. Team LeBron beat Team Curry 148-145. Did you guys see the game?
Yeah, I watched it.
No, I didn't have no cable out of the country.
I think it was actually one of the best All-Star games I've ever seen. I love the way that they did the draft. I love the way that they played. It was a dope game. They actually played defense. I like that. How'd you like it?
Oh yeah, it was good. I didn't know it was going to be so close because a lot of people thought LeBron's team was going to blow Steph Curry's team out.
Steph was up about 13, I think, or 16 at one point, and they came back. It was definitely a good game.
I want to drop on the clues bombs for Fergie's voice.
Oh, you saw that.
Fergie's voice took a knee during the national anthem, and I thought that was very commendable of her to do that on that big stage.
And I watched the slam dunk contest and the 3-point contest. So.
What did you think about those?
The slam dunk wasn't as exciting.
It was
as,
whack.
Yeah.
Slam dunk contest been whack for years.
It was whack.
Like, they need to get these kids off the street that be doing these backflips that you used to see off NBA jams with fire coming from their sneakers, and put them in there against the pros or whoever. Like, the pros is lame at this point.
Well, Victor Oladipo had on his Black Panther mask.
He embarrassed Black Panther. He definitely let Wakanda down. He let Wakanda down. Didn't even want to throw the X at him.
He was tweeting out, what kind of dunk was that?
What kind of dunk was that? And let's talk about this shooting in Florida now.
All right, well, Emma Gonzalez, who was a senior at the Parkland, Florida school, gave a speech at the federal courthouse. This was in Fort Lauderdale on Saturday, and she's asking for stricter gun control after the whole massacre. 17 people dead at the hands of the guns of Nicholas Cruz, and here is what she had to say. She's a senior at the high school.
Politicians who sit in their gilded House and Senate seats funded by the NRA telling us nothing could have ever been done to prevent this, we call BS! They say that tougher gun laws do not decrease gun violence. We call BS! They say guns are just tools like knives and are as dangerous as cars. We call BS! They say that no laws could have been able to prevent the hundreds of senseless tragedies that have occurred. We call BS!
All right, now in the meantime, the family that took in Nicholas Cruz did their only interview, and that was with the South Florida Sun Sentinel. They did this interview on Saturday. Kimberly Steed, now the family, she's a nurse, they took him in since November after his adopted mother died from pneumonia, and here is what Kimberly Sneed had to say. Her son was actually friends with Nicholas Cruz, so that's why they thought they were doing a good deed by taking him in.
It was at the police station when they were going past us, and I went after him. I really wanted to strangle him more than anything, and everything I wanted to say, I tried to reserve myself. I said, really, Nick? Really? Yelled at him. And he mumbled something, but I didn't hear him. He said he was sorry.
He said he was sorry.
But I didn't hear that. I was just furious and heartbroken. Still can't process it, what he's done, because this wasn't the person that we knew.
Don't sound furious to me. That's how you sound when your kid steals the car. My God, Nicholas, I could strangle you right now. Really, Nick?
Well, she didn't really know him. She only knew him for, it seemed like 3 months he was in the house.
Well, yeah, their son was friends with him, because that's the family that he was living with when this all happened. And they said he did bring those guns into the house, but they made him get a gun safe, so they had that locks. And the dad
all those guns were in the house?
The dad had the key, but they told him he couldn't have one. I guess somehow he managed to get into that gun safe. They said he needed permission to take out the guns. And they kind of said they felt like they thought they did what was right, trying to help out. And clearly, things went left. They said he did seem depressed after his adopted mother died.
Man, for all that, y'all think that's normal that a 19-year-old kid bring AR-15s in the house and you give him a key and a safe to lock it up?
That is crazy.
What kind of
Especially now that my camera know you, boy, and you got 7 guns, talking about I'm bringing all my guns in? What?
First of all, I don't know what kind of household they grew up in.
Get the hell out this house.
Okay. I couldn't bring a stolen Nintendo game in my house without my mama questioning me. Where you get that from, boy?
Where you get that game?
Where you get the new sneakers from, boy? But I can just bring a whole arsenal in the house and it's all
7
good.
guns?
Here's a safe, Nick.
And where you get the money
to lock it up?
Because guns are expensive. Guns ain't cheap.
Hell's wrong, man. Get
Now, Donald Trump,
at least a stack.
Donald Trump, and he could have got it from his adopted parents after they both passed away. So maybe it was their guns, or I don't know if I know the AR-15 he bought, but I don't know if all 7 of them he bought. Now, Donald Trump tweeted out, very sad that the FBI missed all of the many signals sent out by the Florida school shooter. This is not acceptable. They are spending too much time trying to prove Russian collusion with the Trump campaign. There is no collusion. Get back to the basics and make us all proud.
Master gaslighter Donald Trump is. Master gaslighter.
Like, really?
Like, that is like the ultimate deflection. One don't got nothing to do with the other.
Not at all.
like one don't got nothing to do with the other, but he's a master gaslighter.
Talk about minimizing the actual problems. Okay.
All right, that's front page news. Now get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you're upset, you need to vent, hit us up right now. Or if you want to spread some positivity, 800-585-1051. Hit us up right now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
What's good, man? It's Trish from Massachusetts.
What's up, bro? Get it off your chest.
Man, basically, I just want to talk about the fact about this Florida stuff, man. Like, I'm from Massachusetts. I lived in Florida last year, and I went to a gun shop, and they literally told me I could buy a machine gun and walk out with it that day. It's just crazy. Like, there's no need for it.
Not a machine gun, probably an AR-15, but yeah, I agree with you. It's very crazy that they allow people to have those type of weapons.
Yeah.
Why you ain't buy it?
I bought a handgun, actually.
Oh, okay. All right. They got the drum now. They got the drum now. You can turn the handguns into automatic weapons. You can make the 9 an automatic weapon. Like the 9.
Just take the spring out. Hello, who's this?
Yeah, man. I'm from Jay from Delaware, man. What's up, my Breakfast Club?
What's
up,
happening,
bro?
my brother?
Good morning.
Hey, I just want to say, man, I don't understand how the state of Delaware allow these women, man, not to work, but then they're the first person to come out to their dad when I'm working 40 hours a week. I'm on my way to work right now, man.
You complaining about child support, clearly.
Yeah, I mean, for no reason. It's the state and it's the mom. The mom is doing it out of spitefulness. And I got to battle. I got to miss days of court. I got to miss days of work just to prove my case. I mean, my kids are teenagers. They're not 6, not 7. These are 16-year-old girls that's looking to get cars and stuff like that, man. I'm doing my best, man.
Well, you should have. That's what happens when you don't wear a condom and you shoot the club up, sir. Yeah, man.
Hey, yo, man.
It's funny now.
Hey, Charlie, you always got something to say, man.
I'm just letting you know, man. I tell my dudes all the time, watch who you raw and shoot their club up.
He just called up for some sympathy.
I ain't got no sympathy for him. You knew he was wrong.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Brennan.
Hey, what's up, bro? Get it off your chest.
Yeah, I just think it's weird that last week, when I called or when I was listening to the radio, you know, you were here talking about how, you know, you have a lot of guns and everything, and I respect that because I'm an avid gun owner.
Mm-hmm.
But you said you had an AR-15 as well as some semi-automatic weapons, and you think those should be banned.
Yeah, I think AR-15 should be banned. The reason I have one is because I got to protect my house from people that do have them. So I have to have mine until they ban them. But there's no reason that you should be able to shoot 45 rounds per minute. That's not an option. There's no reason why you need that. I don't care if you're shooting ducks.
Do you need that to protect your family?
I don't know who's coming in my house.
All right.
If they're allowed to have an AR-15,
What
I gotta have it.
I don't understand is that it also said semi-automatic weapons, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, a semi-automatic weapon. You're as a gun owner, do you own a Glock?
Yeah, I have a Glock and an HK.
A Glock is a semi-automatic weapon.
Right, but a Glock is not going to shoot 45 rounds per minute.
That's what you got the AR-15 for.
In the state of New Jersey, you can only have, I believe it's 9 bullets in your.
Listen, I'm gonna never sit here and tell y'all that I'm anti-gun. I definitely believe in my right to bear arms, but I do feel like we need stricter gun laws.
You think an AR-15? You should be allowed to have an AR-15?
I should be able to buy whatever the bad guys can buy.
That's my whole thing. But until they ban it, I'm going with the bad guys. That's what I'm saying. But I don't think anybody should. I think you shouldn't be able to have an AR-15.
But I think
right now, while the bad guys can have one, I'm going to have one.
And I feel like everybody should get psychologically tested every couple of years too, just to make sure you're still capable of freaking of being responsible with said weapon.
And I think they should check your whole digital footprint to see the kind of things that you're posting. Are you posting, because he was posting, Nicholas Cruz was posting crazy things, talking about killing people and all of that. They should check everything.
Yeah, but then you got to know what you're talking about too, though, because I don't want you to go on my timeline and see me just shot the club up at 2 a.m. You know what I mean? And not go to slang.
But if you're threatening to kill and shoot people and saying I'm gonna kill all these people and I'm gonna shoot up the school,
and we might tweet out just call a body after a mix. You know what I'm saying?
well, then you shouldn't tweet. Well, then you might not be able to get a gun.
You know,
that's all. But I do feel like I do feel like it should be checking all of that: your psychological profile, your digital footprint, everything.
All right, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you're upset, you need to vent. Hit us up now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Talking Chucking in with you.
Fred, what's up, man?
What's up, my brother?
Good morning. I have a couple things, y'all. Please just bear with me. This has been on my heart all week.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to give honor to God for seeing another week.
Yes, sir.
Now that we got that out the way.
Yes, sir.
My Breakfast Club family, I thought that y'all would have checked this in, but y'all didn't, so I'm going to do it for you. Last week, Wednesday, y'all friend Trav called up there and had a comment about Mrs. Carter. Now, Trav, first of all, you are a queen who got cheated on by a Hispanic brother. Mrs. Carter is a legendary mega superstar. So, don't you ever put Mrs. Carter's name in your mouth again. I want y'all to let Trav know that I said that.
What did Trav say about her?
What did Trav say about B?
He compared himself to B, talking about he ain't gonna stick around and get cheated on like Beyonce. Don't you ever talk about Beyonce like that.
Okay, Fred. Yeah, Fred.
Trav saying he would leave, and then he left in his relationship.
No, I'm sorry, and the next time he want to think about putting her name in his mouth, before he do that, I need him to put his knee pads on, drop to his knees, and put something in his mouth, goddammit.
Oh my
Don't
God.
threaten Trav with a good time.
Trav got beef in
Don't you
these
dare
streets.
threaten Trav with a good time,
Goodness
okay?
gracious. Where's Trav when you need him? Hello, who's this?
Let's go now, Duval.
What's up? Duval, get it off your chest, bro.
Yeah, bless you, because I was able to wake up this morning able to go to work.
Okay. All right. Well, you stay blessed, brother.
That's all you got to say?
That's all he got. That's all he got this morning.
That's all I got.
I ain't mad at you.
Okay.
Y'all ain't had much since the Jaguars lost to the Patriots, but I understand.
My goodness. Hello, who's this?
Good morning, this is Amber.
Amber, get it off your chest.
Oh my God, Angela.
Good morning.
Good morning. Get it off your chest.
I'm just blessed to still be alive, see another day, but I'm upset about these Michigan roads, all these potholes.
There's a lot of potholes in Brooklyn too, I'm not gonna lie. Like when I drive to work now in the morning, I have to know I can't get in the lane I need to be in until I pass a certain light. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. The right lane is the worst.
Yep, that's the right lane over here too.
Yes, my cousin she even got her car fixed twice because of potholes, and then at night they're hard to see.
I think you could go online and report where they are, and they're supposed to fix them. If something happens to your tire or anything, it's a long process, but they're supposed to pay for
They've been
it.
saying that for years.
Yeah, it's a
but
long
I
process.
don't
You
know
might be
anybody
waiting
that got
years
their
to get the
out of
money.
it. You know anybody that got money from that?
I know one person.
Nope.
I know one person who did it and got a little bit of money. It wasn't even enough.
Thank you, mama. Hello, who's this?
Yo, what up, man? Lorenzo from Brooklyn.
Lorenzo, get it off your chest, bro.
Yo, what up, Envy? What up, Charlamagne? What up, E?
What up, Lorenzo?
Yo, y'all seen the Black Panther movie, correct?
Yes.
You know that.
Yo, now imagine watching it from a subscription-based network from home.
One day we gonna get that off the ground if you stop telling everybody our ideas and relax.
Yo, Charlamagne, man, get in contact with me, man.
Uh-oh.
We gonna meet again soon.
All right, bro.
All right, man, let's do it.
All right, brother.
All right, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you're upset, you need to vent, hit us up now. You got rumors on the way?
Yes, we are going to talk about Black Panther. Let's talk about the money that it made over the weekend. Also, we'll talk about Black China. And let's discuss these two sex tapes that came out yesterday.
That's just a distraction from COINTELPRO. They use Black China to distract us from Black Panther. Stay woke, y'all.
Black Panther and Black China this morning.
My goodness. All that when we come back. Keep it locked. This is the Breakfast Club. Good morning. MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Black Panther.
Well, Black Panther, let's talk the numbers. So it was a long weekend. So from Friday to Sunday over the actual weekend, the movie earned $201.8 million. But for the Friday through Monday holiday, it earned $235 million, which makes it the biggest February opening weekend ever. Previously, that record was held by Deadpool, which made $132 million over Friday to Sunday and $152 million from Friday to Monday for President's Day weekend. It's also the biggest non-sequel opening weekend, unless you count the Avengers as a non-sequel, which most people do not. So congratulations to them. Here is Michael B. Jordan talking about Black Panther and the success.
218. Woo! See what happens when we support each other? Ain't nothing we can't do. You show up, you show out, you see what happens. It's crazy. It's just the beginning though.
I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment, but I think this is probably the best Marvel movie ever. Definitely my favorite because
I was going to ask you that too.
I realized I love Marvel movies, but I don't really purposely rewatch them. Like if it's on TV, I watch, but I don't seek it out. But I've seen Black Panther twice already in the theater, and I'm going to see it tonight or tomorrow again.
Now, as a Marvel fanatic, right, did it match the comic or did it not? 'Cause I'm not
Absolutely. I mean,
okay.
there's little things like, you know, like Killmonger is from Harlem in the comic books, not Oakland, or like Shuri and the mom or his stepsister and stepmom, like little things, but it was pretty much right on point.
Well, it's also the biggest opening weekend ever for any movie that is not directed by a white guy, and the biggest grossing movie in North America directed by a black filmmaker. So congratulations to the whole team.
Drop one of the Cool bombs for Ryan Coogler, man. Ryan Coogler is the one. As long as Ryan Coogler don't try to buy NBC, he gonna be alright. Alright? That's my guy. Salute to Ryan Coogler.
All right, well, let's go from Black Panther to Black China.
Do we
Black
have to?
China's sex tape has dropped. And it doesn't look like she has anything to do with it. We're not sure who the guy is
I was gonna say it looked like she didn't have any energy. Look at her.
in the sex tape, but her attorney, Lisa Bloom, tweeted out revenge porn posting explicit images without the consent of everyone in those images is a crime, a civil wrong, and a form of domestic abuse. It's also a way to try to slut shame women for being sexual. Girls have killed themselves over revenge porn. It's not a joke. So in the video, there's one where she's performing oral sex, and then there's another video where it appears to be Blac Chyna having sex with someone.
I haven't seen the sex tape. You know why? Because I don't want to. That's not a draw for me. A Blac Chyna sex tape. Like, why would I run to my phone to watch that? Especially during Black History Month, the weekend of Black Panther. COINTELPRO and the CIA are trying to use Blac Chyna to distract us from Black Panther. Stay woke.
Well, we'll see what happens, because you cannot release a sex tape without both persons' consent. So,
Did they release a tape, or is it just online? Or is it just on, your Instagram and Twitter?
well, you can't put that out. Period. You can't put out those.
I mean, not
images.
supposed to, but if it's on a
You can
porn
get
site,
sued, and people who
you need
post
clearance,
it.
right?
If it's anywhere, you can't just do that. You can't just put out those images or videos in the air. Blac Chyna.
Jesus Christ.
What do you mean, who cares about somebody putting out a sex tape of you?
No, who cares about a Blac Chyna sex tape? Like, y'all just as weird as the guy who put it out for running to watch it.
All the millions of people who are
They're all idiots. All crazy. All these things going on in the world. You run to watch a Blac Chyna sex tape? And then complain about it not being good?
She's a mom and she's hurt. She doesn't want that out there so her kids can see things like that, sir.
Right, and she was out with Amber Rose yesterday, so she's trying to act #unbothered. All right, Jamil Hill had to defend her good friend and co-host Michael Smith, now a former co-host. Now, Jamie Foxx was doing an interview with Michael Smith on Friday night at the All-Star Celebrity Game, and he actually took off his mic and everything and walked out of the interview. Here's what happened.
And I know you prepared because, and I saw pictures. Did you and Katie Holmes play basketball for Valentine's Day? Like some real loving basketball game? Did we lose it?
He just took his mic off.
He took his mic off. They had to take the actual wire part off and unclip him and everything, and he just walked off.
You know he was bothered because, I remember when he came here some years ago. He's never been back since, by the way. And Envy said to him, "Yo, is it true that you play butt-naked basketball with other men?" He didn't walk out then, but he just started shaking his leg. He's like, "Ain't no punchline. You just gonna give me that?"
I feel like you guys said something about Katie Holmes too.
I didn't say nothing about Katie Holmes.
All right.
I said something about him having a bunch of hairlines, like snapbacks. If you walk in his house, he probably got a bunch of hairlines on his wall that lined up.
The man never came back. Leave him alone, man.
He ain't coming back.
He ain't coming back.
Definitely not. All right, well, here's what Jamil Hill had to say about Jamie Foxx walking out.
I thought he unnecessarily made regular stuff. I thought it was kind of bizarre that he acted that way. Like, I thought it was pretty public. Yeah. And that everybody knew it. Exactly. Everybody knew.
Would you have asked the same question?
Yeah, I would have never known not to. It was just a joke. It wasn't actually about Katie Holmes.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if the publicist told Michael Smith not to ask those kind of questions. Because, you get that. You get the publicist be like, "Yo, don't ask him that," and we tell him kiss our ass.
And I guess people felt like it was public because they've been out and about together. They were at Clive Davis's dinner.
It wasn't even a nasty question.
Gym
It was a
together.
little jokey joke. It wasn't mad at it.
Maybe you just ain't want to get caught up in those questions during Black History Month. Don't ask me about no white women I'm with during Black History
Well,
Month.
he said that he can't date white women until March.
Well, I always say you can't sleep with white women after Labor Day. But
All right, Toni Braxton and Birdman, by the way, are officially engaged. Now, when Toni Braxton was on with Angie Martinez and was asked about their engagement, here's what she said.
You're claiming each other, right? Because you're on carpets together.
Well,
you're in a relationship.
Tamar told the world we're married and we elope. Boom.
She calls him your brother-in-law.
She does. She calls him Bill.
Is it because you're married and he's her brother-in-law?
We are not married. I promise you. If I was married, I would. Well, maybe I wouldn't be so explosive about it, but I wouldn't deny it.
But we would know.
I wouldn't say I'm not married if someone asked me.
Right.
I'm not married.
All right, well, guess they are engaged now. Here is the trailer for the new season of Braxton Family Values.
I have an announcement to make.
I'm engaged!
But as one marriage is about to begin, another continues to fall apart.
You see, TMZ? Mommy done told everything. I said what I needed to say. This kind of just pissed me off all the way.
And is this family truly ready for what's coming their way?
This lawsuit can tear the family apart forever.
That sounds like a Marvel movie right there.
Hey, how much does the concerned colonizer make when he does those voiceovers?
I don't know.
When one marriage is over, one marriage is coming together.
Oh, my goodness.
Concerned colonizer voice.
My goodness.
All right, well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your rumor report.
All right, thank you, Miss Yee. Now, when we come back, we got front page news. What we talking about, Yee?
We are going to be talking about the shooter, Nicholas Cruz, in Parkland, Florida. Find out what the family who he was staying with had to say about him living under their roof.
Find out what the family had to say about Nicholas Cruz living under the roof next.
There you go, the Breakfast Club. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get into some front page news. Let's talk some sad news. The shooting in Florida.
Yes, we are going to talk about the family that took in Nicholas Cruz. They said that he was lonely and depressed and a bit odd, but they didn't see any warning signs that he would kill 17 people at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. Now, they had been having him under their roof since last November when his adopted mother died, and he was friends with their son, so that's why they took him in. They said they enrolled him in adult education classes. They helped him get a job at a local Dollar Tree store. And they said he did seem depressed, but not like he would do anything this crazy. Here is what Kimberly Sneed had to say.
I was at the police station when they were going past us, and I went after him. I really wanted to used to strangle him more than anything, and everything I wanted to say, I tried to reserve myself. I said, "Really, Nick? Really?" I yelled at him, and he mumbled something, but I didn't hear him. He said he was sorry.
He said he was sorry.
But I didn't hear that. I was just furious and heartbroken. Still can't process it, what he's done, because this wasn't the person that we knew.
That's how you sound when your kid steals the car. My God, Nicholas, I could strangle you right now. Really, Nick? Really?
She didn't really know him like that.
This guy
Sneed
just killed
family-
17 people, man. That's the best you can come up with?
The Sneed family allowed him to bring his firearms into the house, but they made him buy a lock and gun safe.
Why people?
The dad, James Sneed, thought he had the only key to the safe, but now he says that somehow, I guess, he must have had one also, and had access to the lock and gun safe.
Black people are different, man, because growing up, I couldn't bring nobody in the house my parents didn't know, all right? They would get interrogated, and if my parents didn't know that person, or didn't like that person's people, they'd be like, "Hey, don't bring that Jenkins boy back over here," okay? You couldn't bring no strange pet in the house. I couldn't bring no Nintendo game that wasn't mine in the house. There wasn't nothing coming in my parents' house that they didn't know about. They wanted to know where I got it from. So imagine bringing a whole arsenal.
7 guns, 8 guns?
I got all the guns I got caught with coming in the house, and my parents ain't gonna say nothing. They gonna give me a lock and a key.
Oh my.
Are you serious?
All right, well, let's talk about the students, the survivors of that mass shooting. And they had thousands of people gathering in support of stricter gun laws. Emma Gonzalez, who was a senior at the Parkland, Florida school, actually gave a speech at the federal courthouse in Fort Lauderdale, and she wants more gun control. Here is what she had to say.
Politicians who sit in their gilded House and Senate seats funded by the NRA telling us nothing could have ever been done to prevent this, we call BS! They say that tougher gun laws do not decrease gun violence. We call BS! They say guns are just tools like knives and are as dangerous as cars. We call BS! They say that no laws could have been able to prevent the hundreds of senseless tragedies that have occurred. We call BS!
I'm never going to act like I'm anti-gun. I'm all for my right to bear arms, but I do believe that we need stricter gun laws in America.
All right, well, Donald Trump tweeted out, very sad that the FBI missed all of the many signals sent out by the Florida school shooter. This is not acceptable. They are spending too much time trying to prove Russian collusion with the Trump campaign. There is no collusion. Get back to the basics and make us all proud.
Master gaslighter Donald Trump is. That's just a deflection. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't put out the Black China sex tape.
He hasn't addressed anything about these gun laws. All right.
All right. Well, that's
There's not going to be gun laws. The reason there's not going to be gun laws is because I really feel like the government looks at these shootings as just collateral damage for the right to bear arms. And as long as the NRA is happy, they don't care.
My goodness. All right. Well, that's front page news. Now, when we come back from Love and Hip Hop Miami, a rapper by the name of Gunplay. We're going to kick it with Gunplay.
You have to change his name to Fun Play or something.
Terrible segue.
I don't know his real name. I don't think anybody else knows. Well, the guy with the big dreads from Love and Hip Hop Miami, we'll say his name out.
Well, maybe he respects his Second Amendment rights, okay?
There you go.
That's why he calls himself Gunplay.
We'll talk to him when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. This guy used to be part of the show.
He's still a part of the show. What you mean?
He used to call all the time. He used to send his little positive notes.
I still talk to my partner.
When's the last time we got a positive note from his brother?
Oh man, it's
Like
been a while.
3
Man.
years?
You see my voice, you know what I'm saying?
Ladies and gentlemen, Gunplay.
Gunplay, what's happening?
What's up, right?
Now,
What with you, right?
what made you want to do Love and Hip Hop Miami?
Cause I couldn't sell no music.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I was like tired of the bullshit. I said, you know what, man, let's just go get some TV money then.
Did you put in your contract they gotta play your music on the show and everything?
Yeah, I mean, it was, yeah.
Okay, good. And your girlfriend is on there, Kiara.
Yeah, Kiara's
She definitely. You guys have some very interesting scenes. I actually just saw Tip Drill yesterday.
Oh yeah,
Tip Drill.
So make sure you watch your girl around her. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want me Tip Drill, man. Tip Drill's a good person.
Shout out to Tip Drill. Yeah, I know her forever, man. She's super cool with it, man.
Yeah, she went to the script in Miami, right?
Yeah, she do a thing, and she had an unfortunate incident when she fell.
She fell,
So
yeah.
the city, like, supported her really and rooting for her. You know what I'm saying? And you know, with her music and stuff like that.
Now, you mentioned not being able to sell no music. I don't think that's no fault of your own. I just don't think you ever got the proper push from any label.
No, literally, if I put something out, Def Jam pulled it.
Why would they do that?
Because
I mean, the case at that time, I know they wouldn't support during the case, right? Is that true? That's when you had to
the case. Really, I got my advance. Like right before I was on the run when I got my advance.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So you know, man, you know everything, and that money was gone, man, in 8 days.
Lawyer.
Everything gone 8 days. I had
All legal fees?
Legal fees, bail, my mama. You know what I mean? Because I know I wasn't coming back home, so I just made sure they had, you know, send a little something. Yeah. I left myself with like $8,800. And I went fishing, and I went
boar hunting.
I went what's the Six Flags. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, you know, I always wanted to do that.
Now I know these guys in here don't watch Love and Hip Hop.
Before you go, so why do you think your music was so hard to work? Why do you think it wasn't connected?
I have no idea. I don't know what they're doing up there in that building, but it wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? They weren't benefiting me. I put music out, and they go to pulling my shit. And all type of all the weirdo shit, you know.
Do you think you relied too much on the label? Because you a street gun.
No. It's not about, I don't rely on nobody, you know what I'm saying? What it is, I still pour.
It's already up.
Right, no, man, I thought you was afraid.
Real, man. Damn, almost put me in a half Nelson. Someone else just did. Like, I would put the music out for free, you know what I'm saying? I could hustle it, I could put it out there, I could promote it, but it ain't making me no paper.
Yeah.
At all, like none. You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
But you could perform some songs if they, you know.
I could perform, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? Show money is cool, but it ain't like record sales, streams, downloads. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it was real buzzard, man. So I had to address the situation and yesterday, and they released me.
So this just happened.
Did you owe them anything, or was just a?
No, I went in there and knocked pictures off the wall. No.
With your reputation, I believe it.
Nah, but for real, I was. You know what I'm saying? But when I got in there, it was already done. It was like, you already releasing all. I was like, okay, shit. You know,
where does Ross stand in all of this?
You know, he helped get it. Make it happen to me because I called him one day and I was like, fat boy, they playing a little too much now. Big, you're going too far. Big, you can't pull my music down. I'm lonely.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Ross said, man, you know, it's time to move forward and find someone new home.
Do you feel like Ross is your friend? We all know that. That's your brother. Right. But do you feel like he could have did more on the business end, standing beside you, setting you up right? Because I feel like he set you up right when you had on That's All On Me Now. As you can see now, you bodied that song. What was that, Full Circle? What was that song? I can't remember. Something Circle.
Winter Circle.
Winter Circle.
Full Circle.
Was it? What? God damn it.
It's All On Me Now.
So
I feel like he was setting you up, but I think he could have did a little more.
I mean, he has his own going on, you know what I'm saying? So I take that small percentage of shine, of light, and I turn it into something, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really need nobody to hold my hand doing nothing, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you know, I'm my own man too, and we came up together, you know, building Maybach, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to really sit there and have to, you know, depend on him for anything like that, but he got a lot going on, you know what I mean? I don't expect nothing like that, you know, to be holding my hand arm around me all the time, and nah, I'm good. I got my own. You know, I'm hard to market too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how you gonna market me? I can market myself.
I feel like you're very marketable.
Come on, Gunplay. You see what's out here?
As you can see, they never marketed me. You see what I'm saying? They put me in some weird clothes. I ain't with all that. You know what I'm saying?
Did they approach you about Love and Hip Hop, or did you approach them?
No, they approached me. Shout out to Marty and Felicia Monet down in Miami. Felicia Monet, they called me one day and I went and meet up with them. They were doing Love and Hip Hop Miami. And I said, if a nickel bag gets sold in the park, I want in. You know what I'm saying?
Now, you have a very interesting storyline. So
I took you through there, man.
You are at the strip club. You run into Tip Drill, and she is definitely not respectful of the fact that you're in a relationship. So you have to go back and tell Kiara, listen, this is what happened.
What happened?
Oh, you smashed Tip Drill?
That's old news, though. That's old, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me. But, because I'm transparent with my girls, you know what I'm saying? I'm an open book with her.
And it's going to be on TV anyway, so.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, I might as well confess now, you know what I mean? I say, look, man, she tried to grab a Johnson, man. Hey, look, you know.
She tried to Me Too you?
What's that?
That's sexual assault. She can't be grabbing your meat without consent.
You bugging now, but you know, I just let her know, and you know what I'm saying, just being, you know, I'm trying something different, man. I'm trying to, you know,
be honest.
Yeah.
I'm trying something different, being honest.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Trying not to be a piece of shit all the time. Okay.
But then she goes to the strip club to confront Tip Drill, and turns out Tip Drill wants Kiara.
That right there caught me way left. I thought I was like, okay, I'm gonna see a good fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, ooh, this gonna be a good one.
You can't let the fight though.
Yeah. I mean, he said,
You said, yeah, you wouldn't want your girl fighting.
I mean, you know, but if it comes down to it, she ain't no, you know, she gonna wall up now.
Oh my God.
Tip Drill gonna wall up, and it's, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna look good. But I don't know what happened.
Tip Drill holler at wifey.
Yeah, man, I don't know what
Tip Drill took that
she wants to munch the fur, man. I don't know what she's doing. Yeah, it's crazy. They trying to leave me out. How dare you, man?
Oh, so they did hook up?
Hey, watch the show, man.
That's Gunplay. A lot of people don't know you have a past as a pimp.
Yeah, see,
you could have.
And I wanted to address that too, cause like I really wasn't a pimp. Mm-hmm. A pimp eats, sleeps, and pimp-ish. You know what I'm saying? You know, all my life I'm a hustler. Mm-hmm. So at the time, you know, dope game was kind of dried up, and for a second, so. You know, I just sold some hoes, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't sitting there, hey baby, I'll change your life, and nah, Nick, go get it, and you got your room, okay, did you do your post? You posted, all right, your back page, you ready? All right, send the money, woo. I wasn't sitting there running game and nothing like that. Business needed some guidance, you know what I'm saying, with a little bit of violence, you know? And then
a little bit of guidance with some violence.
What guidance?
With a little bit of violence.
That was the girl. What does that mean?
You know,
to protect the women.
Sometimes you gotta be hand on, man. So.
Lord have mercy, Gunplay. No. Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't worry about it. Jesus Christ. Now, how did the passing of Black Boy affect you, man? I see you got the good brother on your shirt, man.
Of course. Rest in power, rest in paradise to Black Boy, man, the major. He's the, I know Black as long as I know Fat Boy. Mm-hmm. You know, and I kind of got double hurt by seeing Fat Boy hurt. I've never seen that before. I never, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't bat an eye for nothing. He can be in the club, everybody's shooting. He's just like, y'all ready to go? Come on. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't ever say the first time I actually seen him hurt, and so that hurt me to see him. And of course, you know, losing Black too. So it was kind of like, I don't think we ain't never gonna get over it. We're never gonna get over it. Like usually, you know what I mean? Like I still have my little moments. You know what I'm saying?
I can't think of a time I ever seen Ross and ain't seen Black. Sometimes I would see Black and don't see Ross. That's how you know Ross dead.
Yeah. You know, he played his part to the team, and he was like the wise old man in the village. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He's the go-to guy. You know, if you have a question or anything, or you need a little advice for something, you know, and we're gonna miss him.
Do you miss cocaine?
Of course I miss cocaine. Oh my God.
No, man.
No, man, no, I don't think this is over, man. I'm so far from there right now, man.
Did you just cut it off cold turkey? I remember like a few years ago, though, right?
Yeah, cold turkey. I had relapsed a little bit last year. I relapsed. I relapsed quite a few times. You know what I'm saying? Last year.
What made you relapse?
Actually, I had to do a mixtape with Mozzie on the West Coast, and I was out there in LA, and I had to do a solo project, and I had like 3 days to do it. So it was like 27 records I had to turn
stay awake.
So you know what I'm saying, I did my Thug Thizzle, I did the cheat code, boy, and I got them songs done and put them things out. And then after that I came home, I was like, and I went back to the studio, I was like, man, I wrote so fast. Bring some more, I could right do it again. And next thing you know, boy, here you go.
Why didn't it take some ambient?
Next thing you know, I was fist pumping in space. You know what I'm saying? The club space.
What's up with Triple C?
We triple C's, man, but you know, we doing solo projects and stuff. I don't know, you gotta ask Ross, man.
You know what I'm saying? Ross never came back to Triple C. It's like MMG was
It did its thing. It did its thing. It was, you know, Triple C's was the like the stepping stone to, you know, put out, you know, get the going. You know what I'm saying? We clicked up. It's always gonna be Triple C's. You know what I mean? It's always gonna be Carrot City Cartel. We just growing up a little bit, you know.
How many mid-dub experiences you think you've had, Gunplay? How many times do you sit back and think in your life, damn, I was supposed to be there?
Man, probably like a good 2-3 times. It was like it was over. You know what I'm saying? I was in the car and it got shot the hell up. Boy, it was all type of, I don't know how I ain't get hit. We was 3 deep too. We didn't see it coming, but it was just like Pulp Fiction. Remember when it was like, oh, you know, it was like that. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody get hit?
No, ain't nobody get hit. Me, Torch, and Young Breed was in my bourbon, and my partner seen somebody, you know what I'm saying, try to, you know, pull a move. So he up, and they started going at it, shooting at each other, and they were shooting at my car too. And I'm like, oh, bink. I got like 8 bullet holes in my car.
In Miami?
In Miami, and nobody got hit. I was like, how is this, you know? And then another time,
I was for bad aim, boy.
For real, bro. Then another time I was on probation, and I was smoking that K2 and I know an Arab that had the flavors, so I just mixed it up and woo. One day he didn't have none, I copped from somebody else, and I went home and I rolled a joint and I hit it one time, lit it, hit it, and I started feeling like, I'm like, boy, that thing hit fast, like, so I'm high already, I'm gonna put it out. And the high just kept going and intensifying, and I'm like, oh my God. My ex-girlfriend, I said, yo, call the ambulance, it's going down. I'm like, oh, and then I fell, and then I'm throwing up blood, and then police came in there, and then I rushed them, and then they put me on the stretcher, on the gurney in the ambulance, and we headed to the hospital, and I was handcuffed to the gurney, and I still got that scar right there from the handcuff. I broke the gurney.
Oh my God.
And I broke the gurney, like broke it. They had to pull the ambulance over and come in the ambulance and kind of like restrain me again, throw a towel over my face, and like I was spitting and mouth bleeding, and just, it was, yeah. And then I woke up, like 2 days later, they put me in a drug-induced coma.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So I woke up with tubes in my throat, in my wee, man, and the nose, and I was just tubed up. You know what I'm saying? They said, you know, you almost got like a brain aneurysm or something. They said,
yeah, when you people like that K2, they don't come back. What was the other time?
Me, Fat Boy, and Peanut. God bless the dead. Me, Fat Boy, and Peanut, and we was driving to Fort Myers. We did a show for $250.
Wow.
Yeah, and Peanut, he didn't want to drive home. He was like, yo, nut, drive. He was like, man, I'm tired, man. I'm like, man, all that tired shit. You ain't perform, drive. He like, bro, I'm telling you, I'm drunk and I'm tired, man. And I'm telling you, and we like, boy, drive. So he driving, we driving. I'm dozing off a little bit, and I kind of like, you know, the brrr on the side of the road. I hear that, so I'm up. I'm sitting behind Peanut. I'm like, nut, and I'm like, yo, the car's. I'm like, nut, Peanut. And by the time you wake up, why? It's somebody on the side of the road, sleep in the car, right where we go off the road, and they in the car all the way in the cut, tucked.
Yeah.
And he get off the road, and then when he look up, the car, back of the car is right there, like the left back of the car. So he yoked it. But when he yoked it, it was an Escalade, so the whole truck went drip,
And y'all started flipping.
Acrobat and so we flipping and we end up in the median upside down, and all you hearing is I think this is the wheels or something. The sun sound
You think something about to blow up. That's it.
But so Peanut, he wiggled his way out. I wiggled my way out. We had one of our homegirls, Ashley. She wiggled her way out.
Then you got
My
Ross.
eye was like this.
Ross was in there?
Then all I hear was Gunplay.
Oh, that was big Ross. Ross wasn't wiggling his way out.
Nah, it wasn't him. And I'm looking, I'm thinking he behind us too. I look, oh no, oh my God. I said, you know what? I say, look, when I say I love my brother, and I'll kill and die for my brothers, for real. And I heard that noise, and I said, yo, you know, just let me run back and hurry up and let me, because his window was smashed. You see what I'm saying? So it was like this big. He had to like, I wanted to get some butter and put it around the side of his ass out, but I grabbed him and pulling him. He's pushing and pulling, and the thing's going. And more stuff is doing stuff, and I'm like, I just put my head like this just in case. Come on, man, bro. Just in case it blow up. At least y'all have this side. Yeah, I'm gonna blow. So I'm putting my face like, come on, man, come on. And we got him out of there, and it was crazy. Then the police came and took him to jail.
Took Fat Boy to jail. Took Ross drunk.
But you was driving drunk.
Yeah, no.
Ross wasn't driving. He said Peanut was driving.
I think Fat Boy had a warrant or something. Yeah, some little buzzard that warrant took him to jail.
See, y'all should tell him, listen to Peanut.
I mean, the police like, the police like, who's driving? Crickets. It was crickets. And Fat was like, man, Peanut, man, what you doing, man? Ain't nobody driving, man. So somebody got to go to jail, man. And yeah, man, they took Fat Boy to jail.
Have you ever done bath salts?
Hell no, bath salts. No, I don't do no bath salts, man.
All right.
You do?
No.
You offered it to me one
The only thing I
time.
ever did was coke, and I smoked it with some weed.
Isn't that the best smelling thing? It smell like candy.
I probably do it again by accident.
Shout out to TWD, y'all.
All right.
On that note.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can check him on Love and Hip Hop Miami.
She Thrills out now featuring Rose.
And we appreciate you for joining us.
Thank you, my brother.
And it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Drake.
Well, we've been reporting on Drake's good deeds in Miami all throughout the past couple of weeks. Turns out he was doing a music video. Now, at the beginning of the video for God's Plan says the budget for the video was $996,631. $996,000.
It was
almost $1 million. All right. He said, we gave it all away. Don't tell the label. And from there on, you see snippets of him. I actually cried when I watched the video because you know I'm very sensitive.
I ain't gonna lie, I teared a little bit too.
I'm not gonna lie, I cried. I was like, what is wrong with me?
Y'all wish y'all was in the area to get some of that money?
No, it was just really sweet. And I love
the fact that they gave all that away, man. People were so happy about it.
I love seeing how excited that people were and how touched they were when he gave them money. I thought it was a beautiful thing to do.
I teared a little bit.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Now y'all act like y'all ain't raised almost $1 million for change, goddammit.
I can still cry when I see
y'all ain't cry when we raised all that.
How you know I ain't cry? I did tear a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you. When Mustang gave the last donation of $150,000, I teared up a little bit. I did.
But I do feel like it was the feeling of actually seeing people receive like a wad of cash and how emotional they were, and the situations like
and their stories. That was dope, man.
Yeah.
I teared.
I thought. Listen, I'm not gonna. It was amazing.
Just one tear.
You can't hate on this in any way, shape, or fashion.
Well, let me find. I can find a reason. But I'm gonna tell you something. I will say the one thing that bothers me about this is when people do these good deeds, and when you see people say things like, "Oh, that's just a tax write-off." First of all, it's not like you're gonna get $1 million back if you write this off on taxes. I don't think y'all understand how these tax write-off things work. Just because you write something off in taxes don't mean that you're getting that back at tax time.
All right, well, Drake wrote on Instagram before dropping the video, the most important thing I have ever done in my career. He said, I am not into challenges on IG. I find them annoying, but today I'm going to challenge everyone to just go out and do something for someone, anything, the smallest thing, just to bring another human being some joy. And please tag me in it somehow so I can see all the love being spread. You don't have to play the song in the background or have some hashtag, this isn't about streams and all the other tactics being used. Just go be kind in any way you can, and let's all watch the world be nice to each other, even if it's 24 hours.
Yeah, and let people give the way they want to give. Some people like to give anonymously, some people like to give out in the open. It doesn't matter as long as you're giving.
I feel weird when I do nice things and then I post about them, so I just don't. I don't know. But I think this was a good initiative to encourage other people to do something nice, so I understand the value in doing that too.
Right. A lot of people been doing that though. I mean,
Yeah, they
you
have.
know,
It's
my man
nothing new.
Raconia with the random acts of kindness. You see what Fat Boys out here doing. There's a lot of people out here giving.
Yeah, a lot of
Trader
people. I mean, listen,
Trader Troop,
Rogers,
and a lot of people should do
There's
that.
nothing wrong with that.
A lot of people should do that. All right, now let's talk about Fox News host Laura Ingraham. Now, she had something to say about this interview that LeBron did alongside Kevin Durant on Rolling with the Champion with Carrie Champion. Here was the original interview.
The number one job in America, the point of person, is someone who doesn't understand the people and really don't give a about the people.
I feel like our team as a country is not ran by a great coach.
It's not even a surprise when he says something. It's not even a surprise. It's like laughable. It's like
It's
laughable and it's scary.
But it's also scary
Right,
because I
right.
shouldn't be numb to your racist comments.
Right.
I shouldn't be numb to your behavior.
Well, Laura Ingraham from Fox News took offense to this and had this to say about LeBron.
Must they run their mouths like that? Look, there might be a cautionary lesson in LeBron for kids. This is what happens when you attempt to leave high school a year early to join the NBA. And it's always unwise to seek political advice from someone who gets paid $100 million a year to bounce a ball. Oh, and LeBron and Kevin, you're great players, but no one voted for you. Millions elected Trump to be their coach. So keep the political commentary to yourself, or as someone once said, shut up and dribble.
Who is this someone? She need to cite her sources. That's what I want to know. Who is this someone that said shut up and dribble?
All right, we're going to get to that.
That's what I want to know. Who is this someone? You can't just say someone said shut up and dribble.
Clearly, there was a lot of backlash after these comments that seemed quite racist. Well, here is what she had to say about the backlash that she received.
Almost all the stories accuse me of dog whistle commentary, and many claim my line that LeBron should shut up and dribble was racist. What? I wrote a book 15 years ago called Shut Up and Sing. And I've been using variants of that title to call out political celebrities for 15 years without regard for skin color, where you came from, what you do.
All right, well, before the All-Star game, LeBron had on some sneakers. They said more than an athlete, just so you know. And NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said, I'm incredibly proud of our players for using the platform they have as players in the NBA and on social media to speak out on issues that are important to them. LeBron responded with his own hashtag we will not shut up and dribble. And here's what he had to say in response.
I had no idea who she is or what she do until she won in that case, because now I know who she is. We're back to everything I've been talking about over the last few years, so it lets me know that everything I've been saying is correct. But we will definitely not shut up and dribble. I would definitely not do that. I mean too much to society. I mean too much to the youth. I mean too much to so many kids that feel like they don't have a way out, and they need someone to help lead them out of the situation they're in.
Yeah, if you got a platform and you feel like being vocal, you have every right to be vocal. It doesn't matter if you play basketball, if you do radio, if you're a lawyer, a doctor. If you got a platform and people are listening, you have the right to speak out.
Well done, LeBron. All right, well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your rumor report.
I do want to say there was one thing that's pissing me off, though.
What?
All these non-ball players that be tweeting out, we will not shut up and dribble. Duh. You don't play basketball.
Oh, stop. They're trying to show support.
It's the point.
Every
They're
hashtag ain't for
supporting.
you.
They're trying to
Okay,
show
no.
support.
They're supporting the NBA.
Every hashtag ain't for you. We will not shut up and dribble. You don't even play no goddamn basketball. We know you won't shut up and dribble. You don't play ball.
Well, maybe they play in their backyard. Jesus Christ. All right. Well, who you giving your donkey to?
Oh, I cannot let this pass. We was off yesterday, but I can't let this one go. We need Fergie to come to the front of the congregation.
man.
We'd like to have a word with her.
Oh, boy.
Okay, is she still in the country? Because you know Fergie part Mexican. She might have got deported after what we saw this weekend. Ruining them white people national anthem right like that. What's wrong with you, Fergie?
Yes. We'll get into that when we come back. Keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Yes, Donkey of the Day for Tuesday, February 20th goes to Fergie. Now, I know this happened on Sunday, and we was off yesterday for President's Day, but I cannot let that distract me from the fact that Fergie hasn't gotten the credit she deserves for being stupid. Now, on Sunday, Fergie sang the national anthem before the start of the NBA All-Star Game. Let the record show, I absolutely love Fergie's album, The Duchess, all right? Fergalicious, Glamorous, London Bridge. To this day, I do cardio to those records. Okay, now I can't ever remember a time, though, where Fergie was an incredible, amazing vocalist, though. And I truly believe that when you have these televised renditions of the national anthem, these organizations have to stop treating it like a popularity contest and treat it like a talent show. Just because the person is popular and famous doesn't mean they will be the most talented vocalist. And in those moments, you need talented vocalists, period. It's no dances behind the singer, no lasers, no pyrotechniques. It's just you, a microphone, and whatever vocal talent God gave you. Now, I don't know how much preparation you get when you are asked to sing the national anthem at these events, but clearly Fergie needed more time to prepare.
No, she wasn't ready.
No, she wasn't. Now, before I play this, keep in mind, it's a nationally televised rendition of the national anthem at the NBA All-Star Game, and not a drunken rendition of the national anthem at Trap Karaoke, okay? This is Fergie singing the national anthem at the NBA All-Star Game on TV. People could see her.
Does that star spangled banner yet
Play it again.
Who clapped?
Play it again. I don't know. Play it again. That's the problem with America right there. They always want to give out participation trophies. Clapping with me.
does that star spangled banner yet
Man, I wish that was the Apollo. I wish that was the Apollo, man. Fergie is the first artist whose voice and brain took a knee during the national anthem. Now, the line she was trying to say but clearly forgot was, "Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?" That's what she was trying to say. And maybe that's what she thought she said. But that's not what we heard. Now, Fergie is the host of a singing competition on Fox called The Floor, and I need somebody to challenge Fergie for her seat immediately. And I know you're saying, well, Charlamagne, she's the host. She doesn't have a seat. Well, I'm here to tell you she needs one. Fergie needs to sit her ass all the way down and contemplate a Black Eyed Peas reunion immediately, because whatever she's doing out here in these streets by herself isn't working. Now, she did issue an apology. She told TMZ, "I've always been honored and proud to perform the national anthem, and last night I wanted to try something special for the NBA. I'm a risk taker artistically, but clearly this rendition didn't strike the intended tone. I love this country and honestly tried my best." Fergie, one of the 4 agreements is always do your best, but if that's your best, keep it. All right? If that's your best, I am here to tell you do better. Play this clip again. Play the content clip again.
does that star spangled banner yet
Fergie's voice sounds like he got hacked by the Russians. Okay? I grew up Jehovah's Witness, never pledged allegiance in my life due to religious reasons, and renditions of the national anthem like that will never make me change my mind. Alright, it amazes me that taking a knee to protest racial injustice and police brutality in America is considered unpatriotic, but forgetting the words to the national anthem isn't. Now, Donald Trump tweeted, "Very sad that the FBI missed all the many signals that Fergie was incapable of singing the national anthem live. This is not acceptable. The FBI is spending too much time trying to prove Russian collusion with the Trump campaign. There is no collusion. Tell Fergie get back with the Black Eyed Peas and make us all proud." End quote. Play the clip again. Play the goddamn clip again.
does that star
This is bad.
spangled
You can't tell me you didn't think she was about to have a stroke. That's exactly how you start talking before you have a stroke. Please don't inform Donald Trump that Fergie is Mexican, because he may try to get her deported today. Alright, all the Black Eyed Peas citizenship is under review now because of Fergie's trash rendition of the national anthem. Please give Fergie Ferg the biggest hee-haw. I can see why she would try to remix it though. The national anthem been trash. Been trash. Wasn't they trying to get Quavo to do the national anthem?
I think Quavo wanted to do it now.
Remix God Sway actually did a real good job. Drop on the clues bomb for the Remix God Sway. Play his rendition, goddammit. Play that. Oh. It's so hard.
Just that star spangled banner,
Let's play some basketball!
Ooh,
That sounds kind of good.
That was awful. Somebody need to remix that trash ass national anthem.
My goodness. All right. Well, thank you for that donkey of the day.
Yes.
Now, when we come back, 800-585-1051 on a serious note. What was worse? Fergie's national anthem rendition or Black China sex tape? All right, when we come back, 800-585-1051.
Black China sex tape.
Ah, we gonna show it to you. Yeah, sure. We gonna show it to you. 800-585-1051. What was worse? Fergie's national anthem rendition or Black China sex tape?
You know what? I hate this show, man.
Pull up the sex tape. What do you want to see?
I'm not watching this goddamn sex tape.
We're gonna show you both.
I don't want to see this.
All right, when we come back, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. So we're asking, what was worse, Fergie's national anthem or Black China's sex tape?
Oh, I didn't see Black China sex tape. I actually think that's just COINTELPRO and CIA using Black China to distract us from Black Panther. So I'm going to say that Fergie's was worse because the world saw it.
What about you, Yee? What do you think?
I am going to say, first of all, I sympathize with Black China because nobody wants to have a sex tape out there unauthorized like that.
Correct.
But I am going to say probably it's a tough one.
Damn, they were both that bad?
I mean, the reason it's so bad is because both of them had time to prepare. I'm sure they ain't the first time that Black China done sucked the and I know that Fergie had time to prepare for the national anthem.
There was a lot of mic struggle going on.
That's what I'm saying. If you got time to prepare for something, you should be damn good at it.
I don't know why. I think Black China would be a pro. I thought she would be like
Fergie should be a pro. She's been singing for 20 plus years.
I guess you're right.
What are you talking about?
Plus, I think when you know that camera's rolling for both of them, and you got to really perform.
Yeah, they both didn't perform well. I think it's a toss-up. They were both pretty bad.
I would say this.
What?
Fergie gave a lot of effort, so I'm gonna have to say it was Black China.
But Black China did have the scrotum on her nose, which was,
Is that the reason Black China was bad? Because it was a lack of effort?
It was lack of effort.
We don't know how his penis smelled though.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
It could have been the smell, and she probably didn't want to embarrass him. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. They both choked. This guy right here is crazy. You know what? Our cameraman is just,
He just raised his hand.
He just raised his hand. He had a joke.
Just white for no reason.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Jerome from Savannah.
Hey, Jerome. What was worse, Fergie's national anthem or Black China sex tape?
Oh my goodness, Fergie has to go somewhere. Like I would watch Black China sex tape anywhere. But the real question is, what was worse, Roseanne's rendition in 1990 or Fergie? Because those two need to be compared.
Wow, that is a good one. I remember Roseanne.
Roseanne was pretty bad too.
I remember Roseanne.
This was horrible.
It was at a baseball game. I do remember that because she grabbed her crotch and then spit at the end of it.
You remember Carl Lewis?
I do remember Carl
Lewis was bad.
Carl Lewis isn't bad. Now I bet you one thing.
What?
Carl Lewis can get way better than Black China.
You know what?
I bet you that much.
You know what?
Damn it.
Hello, who's this?
Nathan out of Orlando. What's up, DJ Andrew, Charlamagne the God, and Angela Yee?
What's up, man? What was worse, Fergie's national anthem or Black China sex tape?
Man, Fergie singing was worse, man.
Did you see the Black China sex tape?
No, I didn't see that.
So then how do you know?
Goodbye, man.
I didn't see it either, so I don't have a dog in this fight.
Hello, who's this?
Shanika.
Hey, Shanika. What was worse, Fergie's national anthem or Black China sex tape?
Black China sex tape.
Why?
I mean, everybody messes up the national anthem. She got all that ass. You can't throw that. It's horrible.
All right, no cursing.
So she was having sex on the sex tape?
Well, there's two.
It's
There's
a
one where
sex tape.
One she's giving oral, and the other one she's having sex.
She don't get. By the way, you don't got to throw that ass back when it's fat.
Yeah, I think maybe she just felt like, it's just, I'm here.
But she had socks on.
See, when you got all that ass as a man, all I'm gonna do is grab that ass and then lift it up, and then I'm gonna spread them cheeks.
I do think it's important to take your socks off during sex.
If you got all that ass as a man,
I said if you got all that ass as a man, I'm just gonna put my hands back there, lift the cheeks up, and spread them.
It still sounds weird.
I didn't hear the pause.
It still sounds like he said if you have all that ass as a man,
all I'm trying to say
gonna
is slim girls throw that ass back way better than y'all thick girls.
Is that what he said or
y'all
not?
thick girls be having the doo-doo curdles back there, you know what I'm saying? Little musky odor.
Who are you dealing with? You know what? 800-585-1051. What was worse, Fergie's national anthem or Black China sex tape? Call us now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. It's DJ NV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. If you just joined us, we're talking what was worse, Fergie's national anthem or Black China sex tape. Let's play a clip of Fergie's national anthem right fast.
Does that star spangled banner?
What do you guys think?
I didn't see Black China sex tape because, like I told y'all before, I just feel like that's the CIA and COINTELPRO trying to distract us from watching Black Panther by using Black China. So I'm just gonna have to ride with Fergie on this one because I don't see what could have been so bad about Black China sex tape. Like, what do y'all want? She's not a porn star.
I expected more.
What though?
I think even from a regular person, we have expectations of what goes on in the bedroom.
I don't have expectations of what nobody's doing in the bedroom because I ain't supposed to be in nobody's bedroom.
We've all made sex tapes up here. We all taped ourselves.
I haven't.
Oh.
I haven't made a sex tape.
What's wrong with
What are
you?
you talking about?
Well, me and my wife make sex tape. I go in because I know I'm on camera.
Right. I think when you're on camera, you go in.
I will pray. I swear to God, I will pray. I'll pay top dollar to see a sex tape of Gia putting a 9.5-inch dildo up your ass. That's all I need. I'll retire from radio after that. After that show, I'll bow out gracefully. It's the greatest show ever, and I'll retire.
That doesn't exist. Hello, who's this? Trav, somebody called you out this morning, Trav. Did you hear him?
Somebody called me out. No, I didn't. I didn't hear them.
He was so mad that you mentioned your relationship and Beyonce's relationship in the same
Oh, he
sentence.
went in on you, Trav. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, let's stay on topic. Trav, the question is, who gives better head? You, Carl Lewis, or Black China?
Stop it. The question is, what was worse, Fergie's national anthem or Black China's sex tape?
Black China's sex tape definitely is the worst. I can't believe, I was so disappointed in her. I'm like really about to DM her and ask her to give me some tips and tricks because she must be my spirit animal in the bedroom, and that job was not, she wasted all that meat for no reason.
Whoa.
You had a lot of meat, Trav?
Whoa.
Was that attractive? You know what? That looked like a lot of work.
Maybe that was the problem.
It's called a job for a reason.
Well, Trav.
When you Black China, it can't be no problem.
Who said that? Who told y'all that Black China was some type of sex goddess?
I don't know. I just expected her hair game to be a lot better.
I said
disappointed.
I said the same, Trav. But thank you for calling, Trav.
All right, bye.
Bye, Trav.
Trav said, all that meat, you don't know what to do with it. Okay. Hello, who's this?
Hey, yo, this is Matthias from Columbus, Ohio.
What's up, bro? What's worse, Fergie's national anthem or Black China's sex tape?
Man, listen, it was definitely Fergie's national anthem, fam. Like, there was the NBA All-Star game ain't nothing but a whole bunch of black folks live reacting. You know we can't hide our emotions out here, fam.
They were laughing. They were laughing at her, dying laughing. Man, I feel bad for
and
her.
F all those people in the stands who was clapping anyway. That girl is not a little, mentally challenged boy who y'all got to cheer on. Okay, that girl.
Some people liked it.
Nah, man, I don't like that. Like that,
Some
she was
people
white.
thought she did a good job.
Nope.
All right. Well, what's the moral of the story, guys?
The moral of the story is when the mic is in your face and the cameras are rolling, don't choke. Okay, rise to the challenge. That's the moral of the goddamn story.
My goodness.
Right.
We got rumors on the way?
Yes, we are going to be talking about Oprah versus Donald Trump. Find out why he's mad at Oprah, who he considered a friend at one point.
All right, we'll get into all that when we come back. Keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club.
You gotta be a real trash human being to say you don't like that record. That's like when somebody walks up to you with a Jesus pamphlet in the street and they hand it to you.
You gotta take it.
You want to throw it away, but it's like,
can't.
man, I can't do Jesus.
Nope. I can't do Jesus like that.
I can't do Jesus like this, man.
My goodness. Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Oprah.
Well, Donald Trump is not very happy about an interview, a special that Oprah did on 60 Minutes. Now, in this special, she had a discussion with 14 voters. They had, half of them had voted for Trump and half of them had not. They had appeared on the show in the fall of 2017. Now, this discussion looked at whether the pro-Trump people still backed him and the comments that he's made. And basically, here are some of the questions that Oprah asked.
Who here believes that he made the comment about, quote, cold countries?
Absolutely.
So polls are showing that respect for the United States is eroding around the world. Do you care what the world thinks of the United States? There have been some members of Congress, including Republicans, questioning his stability and fitness for office. What do you think of that? And do you believe he has the temperament to be president?
All right, well, Donald Trump, I guess, got in his feelings. He tweeted out, just watched a very insecure Oprah Winfrey, who at one point I knew very well, interview a panel of people on 60 Minutes. The questions were biased and slanted, the facts incorrect. Hope Oprah runs so she can be exposed and defeated, just like all of the others.
Boo, nobody cares. Stop trying to deflect from whatever you're trying to deflect from and focus on repairing your relationship with Wakanda.
Why is he worried about this? She did a 60-minute special. How are these questions biased? She asked real questions. They answered what they thought.
He's a jerk.
Calm it down. All right, now let's talk about Lionel Richie. He did an interview with People Magazine, and he talked about his daughter, Sophia Richie, who is dating Scott Disick, Kourtney Kardashian's 34-year-old ex. His daughter is 19 years old. Now, when they asked about him, he said, she's 19. When you're 19, you know everything. Is it going to be for life? I don't know. But for right now, it's just a phase, and I'm going to stand real still in the corner, get me a good drink, and not make too much noise. He said, now I know what my parents meant when I came through the door with my afro and my girlfriend and said, Dad, I'm in love. And he looked at me and said, okay, we're going to leave you alone for a minute and you'll figure it out. He said, my daughter is getting me back from my afro days.
No, B. No, we gotta shut this down.
There's a big difference between bringing Lionel Richie home and bringing Scott Disick home.
No, your daughter's 19, this guy's 34? No.
Yeah, but if you still, if it's Lionel Richie, you can understand a little bit more because you like his music. Scott Disick, you just think he's a dirtbag creep.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not sitting in nobody's corner. How about you sitting in the corner and you never going on a date again? You never leaving this house until 25.
You say that until Lionel Richie turned that jam on and the whole house started dancing.
I mean, what can you do when your 19-year-old daughter is making these decisions? She's grown.
18 is legal. She's old enough to make her own decisions.
And sometimes the more you try to tell somebody not to do something, especially as a kid, the more they're gonna want to do it.
Like, y'all don't understand. You can't speak. Like my dad wouldn't. Like, no, you're not speaking. I don't care.
She'll get over it. It's just a phase anyway, man. But guys, how old is Scott Disick? 34. After 35, he started to get a little smell that 19-year-olds can't deal with, man. It's that old man smell.
I mean, when you went away to college, your parents couldn't still tell you what to do.
Why not?
Because you were in college, you weren't even home.
They paid for some of my college.
They wouldn't even know what you were doing.
They knew.
It's a different day and age with social media. There's pictures everywhere.
So happy my daughters are 9 and 2. I don't got to worry about that for at least another decade.
All right, Kobe Bryant and Shaq had a 10-minute sit down, and this was for All-Star Weekend. And the two of them talked about a lot of different things with each other. Kobe talked about his first fight with Shaq. Check it out.
Playing pickup game. We're on opposite teams. And you kept saying, yeah, take that little. I'm like, I'm looking around. For me. Yes. Right? And I said, well, hold on. Ain't gonna be too many more of those little, I remember that. What would you say? What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? The next thing I knew, I saw a big hand coming this way. And I remember going this way. And I remember throwing some lollipop. All the Polynesians came in the car. And then they all just kind of broke us apart, broke us up. I'm looking at this and I'm saying, yeah, he wants this thing. It affects him. And then from that moment on, I knew we spoke the same language.
All right, and then Shaq, of course, talked about a lot of different things, too, like his rap where he does Kobe. And another thing they talked about was Kobe planning to join the Bulls if he could. Check it out.
We're actually going home to Chicago, researching schools, places to live.
So that was true, you were going to go to the Bulls?
Yeah. There was a story, ESPN, I think it was ESPN Magazine, and they asked you a question about me and Penny. And you said that we're essentially the same. And I looked at that and I said, no.
Y'all are not the same. You know why y'all not the same? Because you ain't never had a sneaker that look as good as Penny Hardaway. Drop one of the clues bombs for Anthony Hardaway, okay? Kobe Bryant shoes have historically been trash. That's why y'all not the same. Penny Hardaway sneaker trumps yours.
All right, well, if you have a chance to check it out, you definitely should. Very interesting sit down. All right, 2 Chainz has announced a new album, Rap or Go to the League. Now, he announced that over the weekend, and he announced it on a giant blimp, which was painted with the album title as well. He said, with the height of racial tensions in America, felt I should do my part in explaining some of the brainwashing formulas used in my community. This next album not only touches on those who did succeed through entertainment, but those who didn't. Welcome to Rap or Go to the League.
So we getting us a socially conscious 2 Chainz?
Sounds like it.
Seems like it.
I'm not mad about that. I love his EP to play Don't Care who makes it.
All right.
I'm never mad at new 2 Chainz music.
I love 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz put out a lot of hits.
Tall rappers is kind of winning right now. 2 Chainz, Nipsey Hussle. There was a time when tall. Is Drake tall?
Drake ain't that tall.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
All right, and Kanye performed during NBA All-Star Weekend. I don't know if you guys had a chance to see that, but he performed with Kid Cudi Saturday night, and it was at an Adidas event in downtown LA. I know we haven't been seeing him doing much performing at all lately, so it's his first live performance in almost a year. And he's working on a new album, as you guys know. He's been on a retreat several times in Wyoming to write. So,
he got that weight off of him too, man. He was out here looking like Rob Kardashian.
He got a little weight off him. He's still looking like a Taurus a little bit with it. All he needs is
He slimmed down a lot though.
a fanny pack and high socks and shorts.
You could tell he got back in the gym. He started sweating a little bit. He burning off that weight, man.
All right, well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Reports.
All right, thank you, Miss Yee. Now, shout to Revolt. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Everybody else, the People's Choice Mix is up next.